Hey folks, get ready. We are taking my RWB to Parks Detailing. I bought this car about 2 months ago down in Miami, and I've washed it one time, but I'm gonna keep it for a while, so I wanna make sure that the paint is protected. We're gonna do a paint correction on it, clear up the interior. It's extremely filthy right now because, like I said, I've only done one wash on it, probably put 1,500 miles on it since I bought it. So we're getting ready to take it down to Parks Detailing. Nick Parks is the owner, and follow him on Instagram and on YouTube for some of his tips and helpful advice. He also has a really nice online store. You can buy products from him, from wash mitts to foam cannons to sealers. Look forward to that. I'm excited about it. This color absolutely shines in the sun, and it is phenomenal. When it hits it, it's so nice. So I want to make sure it's pristine for the rest of its life. So that's where we're going, Nick Parks. Yeah, good. Up some toys for Cars and Cappuccino at the Porsche dealer. We're going to go and unveil the RWB that Nick Parks did. So, and of course, Play-Doh. Who doesn't like Play-Doh? I used to eat this when I was a kid in like preschool. I got in bad trouble with my parents, but it tastes good. Hey guys, welcome back. We just came from Cars and Cappuccino Toys for Tots. Picked this car up from Nick Parks down at Parks Detailing. He did the paint correction and it looks absolutely fabulous. The color on this is called Violet Blue Metallic. Very, very special color. It's a factory color and Nick did a phenomenal job. Make sure you follow him at Parks Car Care. This is the RWB. It's a 1993 964. It is built in Japan by Nakaya, and I picked this up in Miami about 2 months ago. We flew down, me and one of my friends flew down there. We picked it up from our friends at Real Muscle Car Miami. When we flew down, we ended up going to a couple car shows. We went to Cars and Coffee in, Boca, and it was massive. It had thousands of cars there. It was absolutely unbelievable time. We had a blast driving to and from the shows. We visited some friends in Fort Lauderdale. We also went to a car show down in Miami as well. And it was just an absolute blast to drive back to Charlotte in. We put a little over 1,000 miles on it. The air conditioning was absolutely cold. Freeway, perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better trip. So a little bit about the car. They are built in Japan. This is a Japanese model. So I'll show you some of the cool characteristics of obviously the European lights. The weird thing is they actually, all the Porsches over there are left-hand drive. They're not right-hand drive. Here are some pretty cool stickers on here that are in Japanese. That's pretty cool. I love the two-tone interior. This is one of my favorite things about the car. It's not only the outside, the exterior color, but the interior as well. I absolutely fell in love with it. I wasn't necessarily looking for an RWB, but once I saw this color combo and the condition that it was in, I knew I had to have it. The guys down at Real Muscle Car, I actually bought that Musselman 300 CE pre-merger AMG from them. So I had a relationship with Eddie and Bernard down there. Super great people. Give them a follow as well. Real Muscle Car in Miami. The car only has I bought it with 36,000 miles on it, and I probably put 1,500 more on it since I bought it. It's a 1993 3.6 liter 964. So it's got the GT3 seats in it, which are pretty cool. They're extremely comfortable for me on the way home. Had absolutely no issues. It cruised on the highway, 90, 95, 65, 110, perfect, no issues at all. So it's sporting, obviously, the RWB tires on it. We're running Toyos or Yokohamas on here, obviously with the deep dish offset. This is the widest body kit. You can get another kit from RWB that's a little bit narrower, but this is the most extreme kit that they sell. One thing I like about this car is the quality of the build. I've heard people before say that some of them were not well fit, the fitment of them, but this one is absolutely dead on. Everything on here is perfect. I don't know, I guess I haven't seen one that wasn't really bad, but I've heard stories online. But mine, this one, and even people that have seen it have said that it's probably one of the best built that they've ever seen. So moving along, one of my favorite things is this front lip. It's super low to the ground. It's probably less than 2 inches, but it's flexible. So that's pretty cool when you're pulling in and out of places. So gives you a little bit more clearance. What an ingenious idea. I think all cars should come with that. Let's see. It's also a factory slick top, no sunroof. That is really important to me. It also gives you about 4 inches extra headroom in there. So super neat to have that. It does have back seats in it. I'm not sure who would be sitting back here, but nevertheless, you could throw maybe a child or something like that, or a small adult back there. It still retains the radio from Japan. Now I'll show you a little bit of the 3.6 liter engine here. Let's see. So this is basically stock as far as the engine components go, other than it's got headers on it and straight pipes. It sounds amazing, especially when on startup. When you're cruising, there's not a lot of sound coming into the cabin, but exterior-wise, it actually sounds phenomenal. It also came with some baffles for the exhaust. If you wanted to quiet it down, that could be done as well, in the case that you didn't want to have it as loud. So let's go for a ride. Now we're taking the RWB for a spin. The cockpit is really, really nice. I'm not sure if any of you guys have been in a 964, but it's so easy to drive. Being, let's see, it's almost 30 years old, but it's hard to get cars to drive really nice at this age. It's such a low mileage car. It's very nice and tight. Everything shifts right the way it should. No cruise control. We missed that on the way up from Miami, but no cruise control, so. So even being a stock car with a little bit of exhaust, it still gets up and goes a little bit. I was contemplating doing a supercharger or turbo to it, but I think the reliability and the cost just didn't make a lot of sense. So for now, we're just gonna keep it stock. So it's got the GT3 seats in it. I'm 5'11", 185 pounds, and it's just absolutely fits me perfect. One of my buddies that was riding back with us from Miami is about, I think he's 6'2" or so, but he needed the extra headroom. So that's one thing you gain without that sunroof in there, about 4 inches extra headroom. Nice Momo wheel, obviously comes with the RWB package. 5-speed gearbox, super cold AC. Everything's so nice, it just drives perfectly for me. Sounds great when you're on the gas. The gauges are all in kilometers, so we are running 61,000 kilometers at the moment. So I bought the car from, like I said, Real Muscle Car Miami. The car was built in Japan a couple of years ago, and basically it sat in the dealership. They built it. It sat there, they didn't drive it. From what I understand, they only put a couple miles on it. After that, Real Muscle Car bought it, and then I bought it from them. So the build really doesn't have many miles on it. The thing I like about it is it's a Japanese build by a Japanese artist, and now it's residing in the States. So it's pretty cool to have that history behind it. It really, it's really neat to have almost a freshly built RWB. There's actually, right now, they're sitting at a 5-year waiting list for a build. So you can put a deposit, but you won't get it built for another 5 years. And it may even be growing since that, but that's the last that I heard. So I was pretty lucky to get it. The interior, if you look at all of the color combination in here, these are the things that I like. It just screams that 80s, early 90s vibe. To me, I probably wouldn't have bought any other color. Like I said, I wasn't necessarily looking for an RWB, but once I saw this, it absolutely resonated with me, and I knew I had to have it. So my friends down at RWB, or at Real Muscle Car, took care of me. I bought it from them, and I'm glad to have it part of my collection. So. Okay, folks, thanks for watching my review on my 1993 964 RWB. Please follow us on Instagram at Tons of Gas, and stay tuned for more videos to come of some more cars. Please like, share, and comment below. It means a lot to us. Thanks again.